Have you ever felt like people just don't see what you really know? Like the moment you open your mouth, you either lose your edge or your words fall flat. What if I told you that the most powerful way to outsmart someone isn't by what you say, but by what you don't say? Welcome to a journey into silent mastery. Today, we're diving into how you can outsmart anyone without uttering a single word, and we're doing it through the eyes of one of the greatest thinkers ever, Friedrich Nietzsche. Have you ever been in a conversation where words felt like weapons, and silence was the deadliest strike? We live in a world obsessed with talking, with proving ourselves, explaining, defending. But Nietzsche, a philosopher who saw the depths of human nature like few others, believed there is a kind of intelligence that transcends speech. Imagine a battlefield where your strongest weapon isn't your voice, but your presence. Your gaze. Your silence. A battlefield where speaking too much can weaken your position, but saying nothing keeps your opponent guessing, off balance, and ultimately outmaneuvered. What if silence could be your smartest strategy? Nietzsche once said, "Invisible threads are the strongest ties." Think about that, invisible threads. They are not shouted, not proclaimed. They work quietly, invisibly, pulling and guiding without anyone noticing. In conversation, in conflict, in life, silence is that invisible thread. Why? Because silence is not emptiness. It's full of power, of unspoken meaning. It forces others to fill in the gaps, to guess, to project their own fears and assumptions onto you. And that's where your silent advantage lies. So how do you do it? How do you outsmart without words? First, it's about mastering presence. Presence is not just being there physically. It's about owning the moment. When you walk into a room or a conversation, your energy speaks volumes before you say a thing. Are you calm, collected, and confident? Or nervous, anxious, and desperate? People read you instantly, and your silence either becomes a fortress or a trap. Think about those moments when someone's silence made you uncomfortable. Maybe it was the dead silence after a tough question, or when someone simply didn't react to a provocative statement. That silence spoke louder than words. It made you doubt yourself. It put you on edge. That's the power you want to wield. Next, watch your body language like a hawk. Nietzsche understood the power of nonverbal cues long before modern psychology caught on. Your posture, your eye contact, even the way you breathe all send signals to others about your strength, your intentions, and your control. When you stay silent but your body screams confidence, people will naturally assume you're holding something important, maybe knowledge, maybe power, maybe a secret. They will hesitate to challenge you because the unknown is intimidating. Silence is also about listening. You might think being silent means just shutting up, but it's much more active than that. Real silence is about absorbing every detail, the words, the tone, the pauses, the micro-expressions. While others are busy talking, you are quietly gathering intelligence. Nietzsche emphasized the importance of deep understanding, of seeing beyond the surface. When you listen more than you speak, you gain insights others miss. You can predict their moves, their weaknesses, their fears. And then you know exactly when to break your silence and strike, or when to keep quiet and let your silence do the work. Ever noticed how sometimes saying less makes people reveal more? By staying silent or responding minimally, you invite others to fill the void with their own thoughts and confessions. They feel the need to explain, to justify, to convince you, and in doing so, they give away their cards. Nietzsche's philosophy teaches us that true wisdom often lies beneath words. It's in the silence between words, the spaces where truth is unspoken but understood. This isn't about being mysterious for the sake of it. It's about strategic silence, silence as a tool to shape perception, to create power, to outmaneuver without confrontation. Think of a chess master. Every move counts, but silence is part of the game. You don't need to announce your strategy, you simply let your moves speak. And sometimes, the most brilliant move is to say nothing and let your opponent make a mistake. Now, let's take it deeper. Nietzsche believed that true strength comes from embracing your inner contradictions. You don't have to be the loudest voice in the room. In fact, Nietzsche warned about the loudest fools, those who shout to mask insecurity. Real strength is subtle. It's paradoxical. It's knowing when to speak and when to be silent, when to act and when to wait. So, how can you apply this to your everyday life? Whether it's a business negotiation, a heated argument, or just everyday social situations, try this. Practice being comfortable with silence. Don't rush to fill it. Use your eyes to communicate more than words ever could. Listen deeply, not just to words, but to what's not being said. Let your silence create space for others to reveal their true intentions. Remember that sometimes the smartest move is no move at all. Outsmarting anyone without saying a word isn't magic. It's philosophy in action. It's Nietzsche's legacy, reminding us that power doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it's the quiet whisper beneath the surface that moves mountains. Next time you find yourself needing to outsmart, don't reach for words. Reach for your silence. Own it, use it. Because in that silence, your true power lives.